Welcome to ComputerKeyes tutorials. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use KeyesArchive, an extremely versatile program that allows you to index and archive all of your spooled files for quick retrieval. KeyesArchive is intended to move a company into the 21st century by giving them a paperless system. Finding or reprinting documents can be difficult, but not with KeyesArchive. I'll be working with a sample invoice. First thing I've done is named all the types of fields I would like KeyesArchive to be able to index. These are fields located within the spooled file, but I could also have ones not in the spooled file and use an exit program to retrieve the appropriate fields from your database files. For example, if the customer name was not located in the spooled file, I could pass the customer number to an exit program that looks up the customer's file and returns the customer name. But in this example, all the information we need for archiving is already located within the spooled file itself. It is not necessary to define this many fields for indexing, but KeyesArchive is capable of selecting and sorting by any field you define here. So I've even grabbed each of the description lines just in case there is a relevant piece of information located there that one of my users might want to search for sometime in the future. From the Work with Spooled Files screen, I can go into this setup screen where I define the IFS path that I would like KeyesArchive to use to save the spooled files. I showed how to name each archive using substitution fields to automate the naming of the files. Negate L1 grabs the invoice number, and Negate 4 grabs the customer name. The negate key is available on every 5250 keyboard, and on a PC keyboard is typically mapped to the left bracket key, just to the right of the P. From this screen, you can also tell KeyesArchive how to handle duplicate entries, and what to do with the original spooled files when it is finished archiving them. This is where you can call an exit program if you need one. You can also set how long you would like KeyesArchive to keep your archived spooled files in PDFs. If you leave this option at 0 months, entries will never expire. But if you want old entries to be automatically and permanently erased after a certain number of months, you can enter those values here. KeyesArchive has two types of scan fields. The level break scan fields allow for bursting spooled files that contain multiple documents, so that each document is indexed separately. In this case, I have told KeyesArchive to create a new entry each time it comes across a new invoice number. The numbers to the left of the index titles are the locations of those fields within the spooled file. You can determine these locations by looking at the spooled file itself. We use option 3 to enter the KeyesArchive output queue and display the spooled file. The invoice number is on the first line of the display, which we can see is actually line 4. It's in column 68 and runs for 5 characters long. You can see those numbers have been entered here. Further down in the spooled file is the company name. It appears to be on line 8 because IBM doesn't display any blank lines. We can determine the actual line within the spooled file by typing an 8 into the control parameter, which brings the 8th displayed line to the top of the page. Then read the actual line number, 14, at the top right of the screen. The company name is in column 8 and runs for up to 30 characters long. Those numbers have been entered here. The rest of the fields can be found the same way. Hitting page down from here brings me to a screen where I can define the file path and file names of the PDFs if I want to have them created while archiving. From the KeyesArchive menu, option 23, Browse by Index Fields, brings up a list of methods that I have defined for sorting the indexed files. Each item in this list is available to my users as preset sorting methods and can be accessed from a pull-down menu within a browser. I'll open up Invoices by Invoice Number and show you how I have configured it. It lists each field that has been indexed from the spooled file, and you can choose the order of operations for sorting the entries. As you can see, I've chosen to sort first by invoice number and then by date. I've also included the customer name, dealer number, first description, and the amount of the invoice. I will now go back to the main menu and enter our output queue with option 3, where we can release our sample invoice for archiving. KeyesArchive saves and indexes the spooled file, and also creates a PDF of the invoice. The archive can be accessed a number of different ways. You can search through your documents to restore a spooled file with all of its original attributes via a green screen. You can go straight to the IFS path defined for archiving and scroll through the folders, or you can use a browser. From within the browser, you can select to search by any of the data that was indexed. You can choose any of the preset sorting options that you configured here as well. The sample invoice I just released a moment ago was number G5224, which is located right here. I click on it, and you can see all the fields that were indexed from the spooled file. When I click View Document, my browser prompts me to download it, and I can view the PDF. In this example, KeyesOverlay, an optional part of KeyesArchive, has taken the plain text of the spooled file and added an overlay to it, transforming it into a professional document which I can now print or email. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our other videos on our channel and you can visit us at ComputerKeyes.com.